In crazy pay disparity news submitted by the Visionaries, a Crazy Rich Asians co-writer steps down from the sequel after a pay disparity dispute.
Oh,
I heard about this.
I heard about this too.
Last week.
Yep.
You white people.
Yep.
No. Damn. The co-star was nice. I'll let you explain it.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
so-
okay. I was gonna be like, you always keeping us down.
It was a good movie, by the way. It was such a good movie.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Did we watch the same movie?
You didn't like it? Okay.
I loved it, Gina.
Didn't like it?
Dude, the editor on that movie should have been hired.
I
I feel like he never showed up. I'm like, they didn't edit this movie at all, bro. It was
Really?
just like a giant run-on sentence.
Oh, you're just saying that because you're not Asian.
Just because I'm white, I'm jealous.
I'm just waiting for my Singaporean rich man to come get me. God damn it. That's what you like.
Yeah,
That's what I
the
like.
dream and the fantasy, I bought
Yeah,
into that.
right?
But like the movie itself, I'm like, this feels.
Oh, I bought into the fantasy and I ran with
Anyway.
it.
You guys don't have good taste because I had a blast.
Yeah, it was fun.
I had a blast too. I'm just saying if I'm gonna judge it for like the.
That's true. It fucking sucked, but it was a fun movie.
I wouldn't
I don't give a fuck. Yes, I'm Asian, but I'm fucking do that shit.
They're gonna say that. Hey, they're gonna say that about your movie anyway,
No.
so it's fine.
Yeah, I don't care. I want people to do it. You know why? Because I want to go through the same scrutiny as everybody else because I want to do better.
Yeah, I felt like they gave him a gold star.
The
Fuck
budget was obviously tight. They had
Yeah.
dope fucking art direction.
Fuck, the art direction was
Everything.
amazing.
During the wedding part, where they had like,
Yeah, I strive to be that extra.
Oh, it was so funny.
I can't wait to
We
go to
know.
your wedding. I just want you to have a wedding. I don't care who the guy is. I don't care if you have a happy. I'll marry my cat. I don't give a shit. I just want to go to your wedding. Right? He's in
But
a
I'm
little
so
tuxedo.
glad that it got as successful as it
Yep.
did because I don't think it was undeserved. It was a great, fun movie to just watch, and on top of that, it opened up so many more doors for
That's
so
right.
many people.
That's what's sick about
On
it.
top of that, Gemma, bro, she is so hot, and that accent is real. Holy
What was
shit.
with the Asian Ellen in that movie?
That's exactly what I was.
Calm down.
Oh, Aquafina? Oh, it was
the
Aquafina.
Asian Ellen,
Aquafina?
yeah,
Damn,
that's
bro.
Aquafina, right? Yeah.
she's in some controversy right now too on Black Twitter.
What
Because
happened?
people don't like that she kind of had this hip hop kind of vibe, or like was using.
She grew up
that
in
kind of-
Brooklyn.
Yeah, dude.
Well, as soon as like kind of she started getting more famous, she kind of just immediately dropped that kind of accent thing. So they were kind of like, "Oh, you used us to come up."
So they're like, you're telling me you didn't really have that urban twang in your voice, and you sound white? How dare you fraud?
She needed to calm down. Well, there
She
you go.
needs to calm down. She's on Adderall or something, dude. I'm like,
Reminded me of like
That's why-
Dory, like a Finding Dory movie. Like,
so you're watching a movie where people are playing it straight, and then this chick comes in like, Lily, and you're like, what the fuck?
She was a comedic relief.
The only thing I didn't like was who's the lead actress?
Constance.
Yeah, Constance Wu.
In my brain ball, I've typecasted her as the mom in.
I thought she was a
Fresh
mom
off the
too.
boat.
So I
Yeah,
was
so
like,
now you're
what?
like this young girl that's looking for a husband. I'm like, but you're a mom. You know, like it's weird for me. You could be a mom and getting married. No, but like she's like an older mom. You know, she yells at you about your homework and your math and shit. She puts you in Kumon. And now she's
I used to be a Kumon coach, like a Kumon teacher.
gosh, she is a nerd.
I am a nerd.
What happened to the
I couldn't
writer
know half of
here?
it because it's so fucking nerdy. It's
I
boring.
know what happened to the writer.
So this co-writer, so her name is Adele Lim, and she left the sequel projects because because there were a lot of negotiations trying to going on because she felt like she wasn't getting paid her fair share because her white co-writer, a partner, he was getting paid $800,000 to $1 million
Because he was white?
when she was
Only 'cause
getting
he's white.
100,000.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. So she was getting offered 110,000 plus for Adele, but the thing is here that the white dude, he had done 2009's The Proposal, and so they're saying like based off of experience, it's
Like his
because
writing credits?
Adele had only written TV, like she's a veteran TV writer. But this was the first time she actually did a feature. And
Wait, so his rate was just higher in general because of experience?
Because of
Industry
box office.
standard, it's
his name's
Yeah,
Peter,
yeah.
by the way.
So like the proposal killed it at the box office, and that helps boost you.
I
right?
see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's their
that's
argument.
normal.
his
Yeah.
rate
Yeah.
just goes up crazy. But then for her, she just felt like, well, that's not fair. We're doing these sequels. I was part of the first, like the Crazy Rich Asians, and so like of that success, like I should get my fair
The other thing is, though, he had already written 3 drafts of Crazy Rich Asians before she joined that project.
Wow.
So this isn't a racial thing. This is an
I mean, that's why I'm just like, when you read all the facts, I'm like, I don't know. I don't like to judge those things because
you don't have enough information?
Yeah, exactly. And like pay disparities hurt. Like that's like a huge pay disparity for someone that's gonna be co-writing this.
Yeah, because what I read about this is that the lady's argument is that her writing helped with the integrity and authenticity of the movie, which he couldn't bring or whatever.
She called it like she's treated like a soy sauce. Like, what did she say?
Like you sprinkle it on the script.
So she said, being evaluated that way can't help but make you feel that this is how they view my contribution.
Right.
Women and people of color are often regarded as soy sauce, hired to sprinkle culturally specific details on a screenplay rather than credited with the substantive work of crafting the story.
Well, the story has nothing to do with the cultural stuff, right? Like as far as like guy meets girl, girl's gonna get married, right? Like all that stuff is story. Now when you inject like the relationships and like all that stuff is where cultural stuff comes in. And so I think that they're both right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a difference in value. And on top of that, like how you're determining what is more valuable. The pay or experience or his agent could have just been better. Because his agent could have negotiated a higher rate,
What's
right?
nuts is this movie made $200 million and they're gonna kick $100,000 at her. Like that's fucking.
That is pretty.
It's pretty crazy. Is that $100,000 is like nothing compared to he's getting like $1 million?
Yeah.
And
he offered to give half of his.
he offered to give.
So that's the thing. So
that's
she ended
nice.
up saying, Peter. What did she? Oh, Pete.
Half? That means like $400,000.
Yeah.
See, white people give me
Was it
that.
half?
They can be.
I only heard a portion.
They just said split his fee, but I don't know.
I heard it was half.
Well, it's not 100%, so I'm not happy with that.
But she passed on it, so she said, Pete has been nothing but incredibly gracious, but what I make shouldn't be dependent on the generosity of the white guy writer. If I couldn't get pay equity after Crazy Rich Asians, I can't imagine what it would be like for anyone else. Given that the standard for how much you're worth is having established codes from previous movies, which women of color would never have been hired for, there's no realistic way to achieve true equity that way.
So a lot of people are saying that she has more credits than him on IMDb, which is
Because she wrote for TV.
Right,
I have-
it's a meaningless
I have more credits than
thing.
her on
Right, exactly.
IMDb.
It's a.
I have a lot of-
IMDb means you could just put whatever the fuck.
I know, I have credits I didn't even earn, like Inside Edition and stuff. I'm like, I've never been on that.
But where I think she's dead
Bring it
right
on.
is how much money that.
Yeah, how much money that money.
And that she gets $100K. Come on, bro. For the sequel.
It should be based off of that. It should be based off of your credibility as a writer, based off of your.
How much money that movie
Yeah,
made.
dude.
And that was a huge box office.
Everyone should get bumped.
Kicked $100,000.
Well, I think they need a restructure because this is like old business thinking too,
Yes.
right? You basically like, hey, fucking inventor, you invented this bottle. I'm gonna pay you for the licensing and the rights for that. I'll give you 10 grand or whatever. And then with that, I'm gonna go out and sell fucking billions of it, right? Same concept with her. It's like, writer, what is your rate? Okay, I'll pay you for that rate. And if it does well, then it's all on me. But we structure things a little bit differently here because I think that what would be cool is you give them their rate, but then you also give them a percentage of.
Sales and stuff. That's
Future.
how Keanu Reeves made a fuck ton of money off
Yeah,
me.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But writers get fucked in the industry.
Yeah,
though,
writers do get fucked.
They get fucked the hardest, and
Yeah.
and they're the least respected.
I fuck writers.
We're the least respected on the whole totem pole.
Yeah.
Like as far as like, okay, we're gonna pay you for what you did for this movie if you have a percent of the gross or whatever. You get paid like in a year or more. Like it can be nuts sometimes. You get money
Production,
you get money before you start writing the script.
Yeah.
But you get a certain percentage of it, and then when you deliver it, you get a certain percentage of that. But then you get like the real money comes later, and then you don't even know when the fuck it's coming.
But people also don't know that the production house too. This is the game that they play. They play the game of quantity. So they're hoping that by banking all of these films, one of them will have tremendous success, such as this. But most films are lucky to break even.
Yeah.
Most films. That's what people don't understand is that they're burning fucking money. And then the majority of them will make money on these like Marvel films, right? And that's all they see. But what about all the movies that are churned out every fucking week at the theaters that a lot of them don't make that much money or they break even.
And writers are so dime a dozen to
Yeah.
Hollywood. Not to people like me, because I'm like, I know writers are fucking dope. But to Hollywood, they're like, hey, you don't like it? You don't want to take 100 grand? You're fired. We'll find somebody else in 2 seconds who's
Yeah.
not going to want to fucking come co-write on a movie.
That's how actors are too. That's
Exactly.
How actors get so burned, especially if you're non-union. That's why the union was established in the first place.
Do writers have unions?
Yeah.
There's a writers
There's a
guild.
writers guild.
Oh, right. I've heard of that.
But there was a huge strike and it did affect Hollywood. when
Oh,
the
right,
writers
with the
went on-
TV.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like 2007.
So that's
Yeah.
the bullshit, right?
14
So
or something.
I'm with this chick because nobody who fucking wrote a $200 million movie should get so fucking lowball.
Yeah.
So isn't she the only Asian like writer on the entire team?
Uh,
So like this whole movie is supposed to be an Asian like coming out thing, like Asians are now blockbuster hitter type of people, but it's just a white guy that's writing it. Doesn't it seem weird?
Well, the actual story is from Kevin Kwan. He wrote the novel, and then
But I mean, he's
think
still writing the movie
was,
script.
Yeah, adapted by that guy. I forgot his name.
John Chu. Is that what
No, he's the director.
Yeah, the director is John Chu. The other guy is Peter
That guy.
Chiarelli.
Yeah.
Which is this guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Isn't it weird though? Like this is supposed to be an Asian thing.
I personally
One like the female Asian writer is now gone, so that's like, is it all coming through him?
Oh, you mean the
Like,
sequels?
I wouldn't want a whole team of Asians telling my story because I'm like, can I get at least one white person in there so that they don't make the wrong fucking, you know what I mean?
That's the thing that people don't understand is that's how it's always been. I mean, Last Samurai or whatever, like it's all been a whole team of white people, writers, whatever, creating these ethnic stories. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, think about the original one, Madame Butterfly or whatever. They did that whole theater piece.
Yeah, you ever see the backstory on Moana? I was watching like the extra bits or whatever, and they like did like 3 years or something. But it's like a team of like, it was like white American people, but they went to like Tahiti and they like worked with the locals and stuff. But that's how they wrote.
They're still
story.
gathering.
They try their best to keep the cultural integrity, but it is a bit weird. And I think it's just going to take our people to be more encouraged and go out and write their own stories and find funding our own way. Because right now with technology, we can do it. You know, that's what we're trying to do.
Dude, what's going to be sick though? There's an oncoming explosion going to happen in the movie industry, I think,
Yeah.
because the technology that it takes to produce a movie is going to get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, like to the point where people have green screens in their homes now.
Yeah.
Like just wait till all that shit gets upgraded to where you're making like cinema style graphics, like integrated easily into a motion picture.
And very cheap.
Yep, it's gonna
And
get nuts.
everyone can represent their own culture, and
can actually
you don't have
compete.
gatekeepers anymore.
Yep, you can compete with Hollywood. And real quickly, I just want to say that I think that this lady, if the director truly has her back, because he says that he does, he says he has her back.
There were people saying I was in that room and he did not have.
That's what I'm fucking saying. So if he really had her back, she would already be hired on this.
Exactly.
Period.
John Chu?
Yeah.
John Chu? Shame on you.
Same on Chew.
Shame on you.
Because the director's in charge, man. You can hire whoever the fuck you
Yeah.
want. So that's that. When he says he's with her, prove it. Like that's ridiculous.